Hey, what's happening? It's your girl Angel. Like and subscribe down below. Today, I'm going to answer a few questions from that, that I'm asked often, even in that they ask often in the Prison Wives group. And when others ask me these questions, I try to answer it to the best of my ability, but I'm going to break down how I deal when my husband has LOP time or goes into the hole or anything of that sort, or they on lockdown and they can't talk, or anything that cuts communication for a period of time, because that seems to be the hardest thing that all of us have to deal with as prison wives. Not knowing, and the when they can't call and let us know what's going on. So I've been in this for 3 years. Story time. At first it was really hard, and I really didn't know how to deal with it, even though he was schooling me on how to deal with it, whatever, and letting me know what would be the best thing or the best way for me to deal with it. Still, it's nothing like actually dealing with it. This is why I say, as you know, it takes a lot of patience and understanding to get through a relationship that tests every piece of your being. Meaning, when I say that, long distance relationships, prison wives, military wives, it's the same thing when you put any distance and any thought in your head of not knowing whether your husband is going to make it through, or what he's going through actually, and the fact of him not being able to tell you everything. So it's all the same as far as I'm concerned. With saying that, they go through a lot on their end as well, because they're going through a lot of the worrying about you on a constant, worrying about their family, feeling less of a man because they can't be there for their kids, their family, their wife, their significant other, whatever it may be. And when women are incarcerated, they go through some of the same things, because as women, we're used to being nurturers and holding the household down, like far as the nurturing part of being there to be the glue. So you could just imagine when you locked up and you're not able to do so, and you sitting in the unknown. So put your prayers up for them, and just continue to pray for all the incarcerated and all the wives that have to go through, and their husbands fighting for our country. Pray for them too, because they go through a lot of the similar things and they're struggling too. Trust it. Pray for their significant others and their family too. Like, it's not easy at all. And like I said, this shows when you really, really down for somebody and you really love someone, because it's not a word, it's an action word, and your actions is going to be shown and tested. So to go back to when he first got put in a hole, in the beginning, I tripped out. I ain't even gonna lie, I tripped out. I was sad. I wasn't used to not hearing from him. I was writing all the time, like old school writing, paper to pencil writing. And then it took a minute for him to write me back. And I was like, what's happening? Everything that was that could be negative that could go through your head went through my head, and I was tripping. Okay, you heard me? Because when I say that's my man, baby. Okay? I would have a whole fit. Bet not nothing happened to him. And I was just like flushed. Like, until I actually got a letter from him, then I was like, okay. They calmed down a little bit, but I was still like, man, they need to let him out. And I was just like writing stuff like, is they feeding you? Is they just random? I was worried about everything. Man, I couldn't even concentrate on work. I couldn't concentrate on nothing. So, needless to say, I didn't handle it very well the first time at all. I was emotional. And I didn't even know I could get emotional no more, because I used to be like an emotional person back in the day. I used to wear my feelings on my sleeve. That's been over. But your girl was super emotional, like tripping. So I learned a lesson from that, and I also learned a lesson by telling him what I was going through and whatever. I learned that you have to be stronger, and you have to watch how you communicate things, because by them not having no way to actually solve the issue, because they endearing you out here, and men are problem solvers. That could break their mental down, and that could hurt them. So you gotta watch what you say, how you say it, because you don't want them to have no, emotional or mental breakdown up in a place like prison, or if your husband fighting the war, where he in the front lines of fighting. You know what I'm saying? Watch what you say, how you say it. Some things, most things you got to learn how to solve yourself. So, then the next time he was on LOP, I was like almost a pro. I was like, okay, all right. I'ma stay busy. I had a whole plan. Like, okay, so, I'm gonna put things to do in this, this space where we usually communicate. And I just was like, picked up extra things to do, stay busy, got on my creative, outlet, like far as just making stuff, selling stuff. Like, I just really like tackled it in a whole different way. I learned how to stay focused. I stayed prayed up. I sent him a lot of inspirational things. Instead of him feeling the worry in my letters changed. I made sure that I kept myself together, because that, in the midst of me keeping me together, it kept him together. If that makes sense. Just concentrated on just doing more stuff in the community and things of that sort. Just super busy for things I wouldn't normally do. I did. I just picked up every task in the world just to stay busy. Now it's like, okay, I'm prepared, I know what to do. But see, it's a thing where don't be hard on yourself if you know, a newbie at it and don't really know how to react or whatever. It's normal to go bunkers at first or whatever, or think everything but the right thing. That's normal. We all go through it. But you gotta learn. And the best tool of being a prison wife is to stay busy. Find some things somewhere you could volunteer at. Find, a little extra side gig. Stay busy. I know the words speak on idle time. That's a truth for everything. Idle time will get you in trouble. So find something to do with every piece of your time in them 24 hours. You should be like so tired at the end of the day that all you got time for is to go to sleep. That's my opinion. That's what keep me sane. And always, of course, carve out time. Do not ever, in my opinion, people that have loved ones in prison and don't answer their phone calls, unless it's you doing something urgent, make sure you answer them phone calls too, because that's everything to them. Everything. Especially being their significant other. They need you. They need to hear from you. That gives them the strength to go through the rest of their day. You they only hope. It may be something or a encouraging word or something that you say that change their whole perspective, that make their day better and make their mindset change up where they was about to go trip. You control the atmosphere, y'all atmosphere, on how it's gonna be and what it's gonna be. They already pushed into a corner because of where they at, and we know the justice system don't care about the incarcerated at all. Most of the people in prison serving time for a crime they didn't even commit, and I'm gonna keep saying that because we know it to be true, because it's too many stories about it. So just imagine waking up in hell. That's what being incarcerated is. And then having no support. So make sure that you support your loved ones and you stay strong and you find a support group of your own so you can feed your spirit and your heart and everything that you need with everything that you need, so you can give them what they need. Make sure you getting filled up while you fill them up. All right, y'all. Peace.